Slight said he's heaven sent. Third person omnipotent. Great words, no difference. I don't rap, I make art. Bird need a race car. This ain't for the faint heart. Above clouds like Game Star.
Welcome back to the SLD podcast. This is episode number 25. I'm Brennan Austin Timberlake. I'm alone. This is a solo podcast. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify. You can watch the visual version, the video version on YouTube. As always, find me Slightlee daily. So today I'm gonna talk a little bit about some sports topics. I'm gonna get into a little bit of some music, and so this is gonna be a great show. So first thing I want to talk about is Barkley's album. It's phenomenal. I'm very impressed with Seth and the product that he's put out thus far in his career. He's super young and into his musical journey, but I'm very impressed with it. So far, my favorite song is New Drop. I just keep going back to that. It's awesome. It's beautiful. It's only 10 songs, 34 minutes. It's a good project. I mean, I'm a little biased because I know him, obviously, but it's a good project, and I'm super proud of him. And I know that this is not going to be his last project. It's not going to be the last good songs he ever puts out either. I'm super impressed with him. Go watch the Conversations music video. That's the intro track off the album, off of Lonely Boy. That's what it's called. It's on all streaming platforms too. Shout out Barkley. I wanted to lead off with that. Barkley, he showed out. And I know that this is something that he's been working on for a long time, for over a year. I know that's to my knowledge, over a year. And it's a beautiful thing seeing this manifest for him, seeing this come into the physical realm, from his brain out into Apple and all that kind of stuff, all the streaming platforms all over the internet. I guess the next thing I want to touch on. I want to be respectful as possible. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I knew the guy or I was the biggest fan of him. I knew this for sure. This was his year. His style was something new-ish, and he was starting to pop off. And it's very sad and tragic to see another young rapper pass away. It's at the peak of his career. It's very sad to see that happen. And rest in peace to Pop Smoke. I had heard of him through the Jack Boys album, Travis Scott's album, and then that made me dive into his catalog a little bit. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. That's very sad. Be respectful as you can whenever some stuff like this happens. You never know. He's got cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, friends who cared and loved about him, and they're going through some stuff right now. He was only 20 years old. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. It's Saturday afternoon. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. I got a new, I upgraded, finally. I upgraded my setup a little bit. It's a little more professional now. I got the XLR cables for the music people and the audio people out there. You'll understand. And I made a big step with this over the weekend, getting this piece of equipment that I needed. I do want to reach out to all my content creators out there. If you are a YouTuber or a anything, content creator, video creator, rapper, singer, critic, food critic, chef, anything, please reach out to me. Let's collab. I'm really trying to branch out creatively. I don't want to just be stuck to podcasting or writing blog articles and whatnot. I want to do all kinds of things, and if you guys want to work together, then let's communicate. But I do want to say this. Please, serious inquiries only. If the shoe fits, wear. I'm not talking shit about nobody, but if you've had conversations with me about wanting to do something and then it fell through, the ball is in your court at that point. I did my part in trying to connect with you, and I'm falling back now because I got to keep moving. I can't just keep waiting on people, and I'm going to keep moving. Like, for instance, right now, I work Monday through Friday. I knew Saturday and Sunday, Friday night, Saturday and Sunday, that's when I usually get most of these done. And I knew with or without anybody today, Saturday, I'm going to get a podcast done. I don't know how long it's going to be, and I don't know what it's going to be about, but I knew it was going to be done with or without anybody. And I contacted a few people. Schedules didn't line up and whatnot, and that's fine. Life happens, but here I am. I'm doing one solo dolo, and that's fine. But yeah, let me just touch back on that. If we've communicated about doing something and plans fell through and whatnot, keep in touch with me. We can work something out. If there's something that you find a discrepancy in, like any kind of detail or anything, then contact me, communicate with me. I just had a couple people who have hit me up and been like, "Hey, I want to be on this," and then we communicated, and then we didn't communicate past that point. And when it comes to something like this, I'm spending a lot of time on this stuff, and I want to be the best. I want to be the best at what I do, and I want to be the best creator possible. And yeah, I want to be the best, and I have to keep putting in work, and I can't keep waiting on people at the end of the day. Follow me at Slightlee Daily on all social media platforms. This is like my third cup of coffee today. I want to touch on this Astros cheating scandal. So, for those who don't know, the Houston Astros, for those who really don't know, the Houston Astros are a Major League Baseball team who won the World Series. What year was it? I don't want to misinform you guys. Give me a second. Let's see. Okay, yes. I was going to say this, but I didn't want to be wrong. So the Astros won the World Series in 2017, okay? And during that postseason, 2017 and 2018 and even up to 2019, but we'll get into this. So during that playoff run that they won the World Series against the Dodgers, they were accused of stealing signs from the opposing catchers. So for my non-baseball people out there, so you got your pitcher, he's on the mound, ready to throw the ball. You got the catcher squatting down, throwing up numbers between his legs, giving signs. So the Astros players were allegedly from the bullpen behind the fence using a camera to zoom in, and if the pitch was a fastball or off speed, they would make a banging noise in the background with on like a trash can or something. So say the catcher threw down a sign for an off-speed pitch, which is a curveball, or an off-speed pitch, a tricky pitch that's not a straight fastball. So say the catcher throws down the sign for the curveball. The Astros players in the bullpen would boom, 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 bang on the trash can, and the batter could hear it, and they would know to take the pitch and not swing at it. There was some video that came out, and it pretty much confirmed that stuff was happening. And I'm trying to think of who. So Mike Fiers, I hope I'm saying his name right. Mike Fiers was the one who broke this news. He was a former pitcher for the Astros in 2017, and he exposed all this stuff. And this was 2019 in November, whenever this news broke, and it's a huge deal. This is probably the biggest. So it's probably the biggest cheating scandal in baseball in a while, a long time. One of the biggest ones ever, and it's happened before plenty of times. Like for example, in like the 1920s or something, there was a group of players who played for like the White Sox, I believe, in like the 20s or the 30s, way back in the day. They purposely threw the World Series because people were paying them to lose, and they got banned from ever playing baseball again. And it's kind of sad seeing baseball back to this disgusting act, back to this cheating thing. It's kind of ugly. It's ugly because it's super relevant, and come on, how did they expect to really get away with this, the Astros? So anyway, November 2019 is whenever this news broke from a former pitcher of the Astros, Mike Fiers. I'm probably saying his name all wrong. So the Astros won in 2017. They almost won in 2018, but they did not. Yeah. As a result of this cheating scandal happening, though, let's see. The Astros general manager, Jeff Luhnow, and field manager AJ Hinch, they were suspended for the whole 2020 season. The Astros were fined the maximum allowable, which is $5 million, and forfeited their first and second round picks this year and next year. No players were punished because they were given immunity from the MLB for their cooperation. But the managers were fired. So some coaches were fired. But none of the players are going to be suspended or fined or anything like that because they informed them on it. They helped them with it. Helped them. They admitted to it, basically. And so the former Red Sox manager, Alex Cora, he's now been fired, but he was with Houston back during this time, but he was fired for this, which came out 2 years later, and they're saying that he was the mastermind behind this whole thing. It's kind of nasty. It's ugly. It's definitely ugly. Baseball throughout, the last 10, 15 years, baseball has been in a weird spot. It's definitely not the most popular sport. A lot of people don't really mess with baseball. This is the most baseball has been in the news in a long time, and it's in such a negative way, and it's disgusting. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys a little crash course on this whole Astros deal. I mean, it's making like NBC, MSNBC, Fox News, like it's making CNN and all that kind of shit. It's making like real news because it's a big deal. I mean, I don't think that the World Series is gonna be stripped from them. I mean, they won, but I don't think that it's gonna come to that. But yeah, so that's gonna happen, and now going forward, so the MLB season starts in April. Going forward, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how the Astros are treated this year, because I mean, as a player, you're playing against them. You're out there giving your all as a pitcher, trying to beat that batter, beat the hitter, and you're beating them essentially on a pitch, but they know what's coming, and they're beating you because I mean they're cheating. They're using technology to beat you, and it's sad and disgusting. But I mean, they got a ring out of it. They almost went to the World Series last year too, and they were also saying that this past postseason in 2019 that the cheating was still going on, and this broke a month after the season ended. Yeah, so go look that up, and go look up the video of them cheating. You can like hear the trash can, and then a certain pitch will come, and what do you know? It's that exact pitch. So I guess the next thing I'm going to talk about is the new season of Fortnite. We can get into that. I kind of want to just touch on my bases a little bit here and there. So after literal months, chapter 2, season 2 of Fortnite is out. I have not gave it a chance. I have not played it yet. But it looks pretty cool, I guess. I saw that they vaulted some things, they added some things. They took away traps in the game, which was a big deal, because that's been like a staple in the game for so long. It's been a part of the game since the beginning. But I that's one thing about Fortnite that they've always kind of stuck to is adding variety to their game, changing it up every once in a while, never actually keeping the game the same way the whole time. I mean, they also added a gold drum gun and then a gold AK back to the game, which I don't think the drum gun has been a part of the game before. I could be wrong, but the gold AK was, months and months and months ago, probably close to over a year. But Fortnite, new season, that's what's new in video games. Yeah. Yes, me and Connor do have the same hoodie. This clickbait hoodie. This is David Dobrik's merch. So yeah, it's Saturday. We're at about 20 minutes almost. Let's see. I wish I could find a way to, which I mean, I'm sure it's not too hard, but I want to find a way to go live with these podcasts on YouTube or something. I think that would be a dope idea. Dang. Oh, that's what I was going to. It completely slipped my mind, and I had to freestyle it there for a little bit. It's different when it's just me in here, and I'm just sitting here on this chair alone. But it's still a podcast. If you're listening to this, shout out to you. So I went to the movies Tuesday. Stimulus Tuesday, $5 Tuesday. And I saw, what the fuck was it called exactly? The Photograph. It's got Issa Rae, and I cannot remember his name. It is escaping me right now. He plays Darius in Atlanta. What is his name? Forgive me. What is his name? He's also in Sorry to Bother You. Lakeith Stanfield. Yes, that's his name. So, if you don't know me, I'm pretty into like rom-coms, like romance drama movies, and this was right down my alley. It was a very good movie. It was touching. It told the story. I'm not going to spoil anything. I mean, there's not really much to spoil. It was pretty much your stereotypical love story movie, but I don't want to spoil it. So I kind of identified with Lakeith Stanfield's character because he's a journalist, and it starts out with him interviewing this man in his home. I'm not going to go into detail about what necessarily, but he finds a picture of his ex-wife, and he's really intrigued by her photography. And, he gets her name and whatnot, and then he ends up going from Louisiana, which is where the movie starts out, where the older gentleman is located. And then he wants to find the woman who took the photo, or the woman who is in the photo, and he also the older man shows him like a bunch of photos that she took, because the woman was a photographer too, and there was like one picture of her, and he wanted to find out more about her, and blah blah blah. You got to go watch the movie. It's a good movie. But he goes to New York, which is where her daughter lives, and he finds her and finds out more about the photographer, and yeah, they connect, and it's a beautiful movie because it tells the story of how random life is, and how beautiful randomness can be at times. I know that's very vague how I'm being, but because I don't want to give away a whole lot, but it was a good movie, and it just told the connection about it displayed the connection of how beautiful a random event like that can connect two people. Like, they both connected on, I mean, obviously they fall in love, the two people, but it just tells the story of that picture is what holds them both together. The woman in the picture is the girl's mother, and it started out, they both connected on that because Lakeith Stanfield's character, he likes the picture, and he likes her photography, and he wanted to learn more. So he connected with her daughter, and they eventually fell in love. It was a good movie. Another TV show I'm watching right now, me and Mylena we binged like 5 episodes of, oh my gosh, what is wrong with me today? I keep forgetting things. It's that new Hulu show with, oh my gosh, what is her name? Zoe Kravitz. Oh my gosh, what is it called? High Fidelity. Okay. I don't even know how many episodes there are. Let me check. I'm going to get back to you guys on when I finish it. Let's see. We are on episode 6. Dang, there's only 10. Okay, so we're about we watched almost half of that season in one day. That's wild. One night. And it'd be like that sometimes. But High Fidelity, go check that out. It's definitely a rom-com. Zoe Kravitz owns a record shop, and yeah, the movie or the TV show is, I mean, it's really about her love life and how how she's a hopeless romantic basically, but she's a business owner as well. The show's really cool because for all your those music heads out there, it's right down your alley. It has a lot of first of all, the score, like the music in it, is banging, and obviously because they own a record shop, her and her two employees are music nerds, so they're always like making quirky little having like quirky little arguments about these fringe artists and like, oh, who's better, who did this better. And like, for the real music people out there, this is a show you will like for sure. Go check out High Fidelity on Hulu. Also, if you've made it 26 minutes into this podcast, comment below, give me some Hulu suggestions, Netflix suggestions, movies in general I should check out. I'm pretty open to everything. I just want to add this to this wall back here. I'm not sure how much of it you can see. You can see more of it whenever it's more of a two of us in the frame. But I want you guys to send me in some stuff. If you got stickers, things to put on the shelf, posters, pictures, anything. If you guys want to draw me something, please. I want to fill this wall all the way up. I'm about to wrap this thing up. Let me see if there's anything else I want to plug in right here. Shout out to Barkley. Oh yeah, so I do want to plug this in. I don't know who's still watching this. I am going to be releasing a 6-song project. It does not have a title or a release date yet. Just want to give you guys a little detail about what it's going to be, what I have to get done before it's actually out on the internet. It's going to be on SoundCloud and YouTube strictly. I'm going to do 2 music videos. And then I'm going to do, so it's 6 songs, and I still got to make all this happen. So, I mean, it'll probably be another month or so before I put it out. I think it would be cool to put it out on my birthday, April 3rd. But so I'm going to do 2 music videos, and I'm going to do lyric videos for YouTube for all 6 of them. Like, you know, the video where it plays the lyrics while the song is playing. I'm going to do those for all 6, and then I still got to get a cover. I got to get with Nathan on that because I want him to draw me something, create a cover for me. But first I got to come up with the title of the project itself. It's just going to be a little 6-song project. These are songs that I've recorded 2019 and 2018. I've been holding on to them for a while. One of the songs is produced by me. It has Monte and Nathan on it. One of them is produced by Devin, I think. One. And then the rest are produced by Parker. Disciple, aka Amari, is the only other features. He's got 2 features on it, and yeah, it's coming this year for sure. I know that. I guarantee that. Follow me at Slightlee Daily on every single possible social media platform. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get those numbers up. Let's see if I can get to 100 in the next couple months. I'm almost at 80. I might be at 80 now, but yeah, please contact me. Text me if you have my number. Snapchat me. Contact me. If you want to be on the show, we will figure it out. Details and whatnot. I know people have lives and jobs and whatnot, but please contact me and let's make some stuff happen. Yeah, this is episode number 25. I am Brennan Austin Timberlake. Follow me at Slightlee Daily on all social media platforms. Apple, Spotify, all that. Go on my spot. Oh yeah, let me add this in too. So I am in the process. I just got to do it. I'm just being lazy. Just being lazy ass. But So the SLD vibes, the Slightly Daily Vibes playlist that I have on Apple, I'm going to put those on Spotify as well. So my Spotify is going to have podcasts and music playlists. Yeah, so I'll by the time everything is on Spotify, you'll have 15 playlists, SLD Vibes. So for all my Spotify people out there, go ahead and follow that. If you don't already, hopefully this will make you want to follow it. Yes, episode number 25. This is a milestone right here. I'm going to try, like I said in a couple episodes before, I'm going to try and get to 100 this year. I think it's very possible. I mean, I've already done, we're 3 weeks into February. I think I've done 12 this year, maybe. So I think 100 is definitely possible by the end of the year. Yeah. So we're going to wrap this bad boy up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've made it this far, do me a favor. Please comment below. Please follow me.